I'm Marlene Norcross. I've been a real estate agent now for 3 years, but I've been in real estate for over 30 years with my husband, Wayne Norcross. We own City Real Estate, and we believe that our community involvement is what makes our brokerage strong. Our agents are localized specialists in all 5 of our offices. I personally participate in the Ellis County Museum, and I'm on their board. We participate with SPCA, the Downtown Merchants Associations, and many of the school programs locally. We believe community involvement is the backbone of City Real Estate. Last year I did $20 million in sales with over 79 transactions. That was a lot of happy clients, but what I'm most excited about is seeing that client get a new home or my sellers start their next journey. I love the thrill of the sale. So today I thought it would be fun to bring Vanessa Zmolik in and let's talk about the market. So this is Vanessa Zmolik with Guild Mortgage. Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been in the mortgage industry for 30 years, starting in processing and then in sales, and have done all aspects of mortgage, so I have a pretty good background in it. I'm with Guild Mortgage, and I've been working with them 11 years, and we just enjoy doing mortgages, and we do all kinds for our customers and work really close with our real estate agents.
So if you're ready to buy or sell, I'm Marlene Norcross with City Real Estate. The best way to get a hold of me is to call me or text me at 512-431-4413. And I also want to make sure you know how to get a hold of Vanessa so you can start the loan process.
You can get a hold of me, Vanessa Zmolik, at Guild Mortgage, 469-337-4578. And you can apply at my website, www.vanessazmolik.com.
So let's go house hunting.
Hi Ellis County, I'm Amy Troll, and I am in the studio with LaJoie Lex, and she is the owner of Stella LaJoie, which is a jewelry company, and it is local in Ellis County. And we just wanted to touch base with her and get to know her a little bit better, and make you guys aware of what she's doing right here in Waxahachie. And so let's hear more about you and what brought you here. I would love to know the story behind your name. And,
absolutely.
It's so beautiful. So yeah, just tell us more.
Yeah, so I came to Ellis County about 6 years ago. My husband is a SAGU graduate, and he now works for SAGU. And so we dated and were engaged long distance. And when we got married, I moved down here. And Stella LaJoie is actually a really recent development. So I'm a PhD student, and I am getting towards the end of my degree. It's a lot more independent, like just reading and writing on your own, less classwork, less interaction with peers. And so last summer I started, and of course during the pandemic, just an isolating time, I was like, I just really need something that I can do that doesn't have to do with reading or writing. And so I started seeing people making this clay jewelry, and I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I had worked with polymer clay a little bit just as a kid and teenager, and I was like, I think I could do that. That looks really fun. So it started out as something just fun for me to do, like to relax, and I've always loved jewelry and everything shiny. So that's kind of how the business got started. As far as the business name and my name, that actually comes from my grandmother, Juliette, her side of the family. So she is French Canadian, and I got my love of shiny things from her. And so when I started the company, I was like, I want the name to be a reflection of who I am, but people have trouble pronouncing my name a lot, and I was like, maybe we can simplify this a little bit. And so Stella is an Italian word for star, and it's also a name, of course, and I thought that was really perfect. Joie means joy, So we have Star, the shiny things, and Joy in the name of my business. And it also brings in my husband's Italian heritage with my French heritage. So that's how the
awesome.
name came to be and the company started and everything. So.
I love it. I love that so much. So tell us a little bit about your process, kind of the overall, how long does it take you to, come up with your ideas, and then, what does the process look like? It looks like it's extremely detail-oriented and time-consuming, and I know that you've shared some of your time-lapse videos on your Instagram, and I love seeing how much goes into it. And I know I'm wearing a pair today, and I'm just I'm proud to wear them because I know how much work went into them based on what I've seen from your process. So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So I get inspiration from a lot of different sources. Sometimes it's just going for a walk and seeing a leaf or a flower. Sometimes it's the colors in a sunset. There are also so many helpful tutorials and process videos and things like that people will share. There's a really great community around clay jewelry and just polymer clay in general. So people are really helpful in sharing really cool techniques, and so I'm always trying to learn. I'm always like watching videos and going, oh, okay, here's how I would like put my spin on that. So a lot of times it's just I have an idea in mind, and then I'm like, all right, let's try it out, and something completely different. Like the earrings you're wearing, that was just an accidental kind of explosion of creativity that just did not go out. Yeah, it was not what I was expecting, but it's become one of my more popular designs, and I've made it again and again, and it's completely different every time I make it. So it really depends on the technique as to how long something takes to make, but into every pair of earrings there's probably a couple of hours of work. It's really intense. You have everything from the working with the clay in the beginning and sometimes different paints and surface techniques to then it gets baked for about an hour. And the nice thing is, because it's polymer clay, it doesn't require like a special kiln. I could just bake it in my toaster oven or my
awesome.
regular oven. Yeah.
Not to be confused with food.
Yes, no, you can't put it in the microwave. That doesn't work. Okay. Some people have tried apparently. So from the baking, and then honestly most of the work takes place after that. So the really fun part is the working with the clay and like all the colors and stuff. And then after that it takes a long time to actually finish it to where you have a really nice professional looking piece. So that's the part where I'm doing sanding. I have a little Dremel tool that I'm finishing the edges, drilling the holes, sometimes putting a glaze on top, or sometimes just polishing the surface. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into every piece, and people really love the fact that they're buying something that has had so much love and care gone into it. And especially since the pandemic, that's been a big movement, is like slow made fashion and buying things that were just made by people's hands, made by a single person, just pouring love into it.
Yeah, it's very special. I love that. So being in Ellis County and being, a relatively new business entrepreneur, what are your dreams and goals for this business? And what do you dream for it?
So one of the things I absolutely love about Stella LaJoie that I didn't even know was going to happen is that I've been able to connect with other Ellis County businesses, other women in business in the area, and really build up a strong community. And that's been so cool, just to see, just through like social networking on platforms like Instagram primarily. So maybe a month or so ago, I started a direct message group for just other small businesses. I just put out a call in my story and said, hey, does anyone want to join a women in small business group? And we just got together and started encouraging each other, supporting each other's posts and things, sharing each other's stuff to our stories, and just building this community of, hey, let's build each other up. There are a lot of people that have jumped onto crafts in general, and specifically like polymer clay and jewelry like this. So in some ways, people will get really competitive about it and feel like, oh, like I have to keep my designs and my stuff proprietary and not share my process and not like share my customers and things like that. And I'm like, that to me, like the whole point of it is to connect with other people. So anytime that I can connect with somebody, that I can help them build their business, you know, somebody that's just starting out, or maybe somebody that's been doing it a lot longer than me, but I have something I can share with them. I love to do that. And I also run an account called the Clay PhD, which is purely devoted to promoting other people's work. And so I go through the things that I find, whether it's like tutorials or people's finished work, and I share them. And that's gotten a lot of like, it's built up a community like more globally within the polymer clay world.
That's
so
awesome.
I have those kind of two like spheres that I've been able to do a lot of connecting in, is like the polymer clay community, and then also just focusing and really locally like interacting with other local businesses.
That's so great. And so one example of that is Trudy Hankins, who is a mutual friend of ours. And
Confidence shop.
Confidence shop, yes. And so so the other night at the Waxahachie Chamber Awards, Trudy comes up, and immediately when I saw her jewelry, I knew it was yours. Like, I just knew it. I mean, and we, you know, we started talking, and I was, you know, admiring it, and, you know, we talked a little bit about you, and I don't even remember how I found you on Instagram, or I really don't know. But I did, and I'm glad I did. But it was just so fun to see that she was wearing, you know, your pieces. She had a necklace and earrings, and I was just so overjoyed to see a local business, you know, promoted in that way. And it was such a small world. And I told her, I said, well, I'm about to go interview her for DownHome Up Close, and so she was so excited. And I think that is a very unique. There's a unique spirit here about working together and building each other up, and it's not like that everywhere. And I think this is a special place where we can all just support each other. And isn't it a better feeling?
Absolutely.
To be able to do that than to be competitive. And, you know, I've been a photographer for so long, and I feel like I always just decided, you know, way back when, I don't want to be competitive. I want to embrace other artists, and I want to, you know, you never know when I might need to call on somebody. You know, I might get sick and need somebody to come in and like cover for me, or vice versa. And I wanted to have those relationships and build those relationships.
Absolutely.
So so it's really great to hear that you're carrying that on, you know, with your business.
Yeah, like you said, just building those relationships. You just like be kind. Like it's that simple. You do things for other people that you would want them to do for you without expecting that in return. And like just that principle has opened so many opportunities that I never would have like even thought to go seek out myself. But it's been amazing.
That's so great. I love that. So you and your husband are just kind of down here. Like, do y'all have family anywhere close by?
We don't have we have relatives like several hours away in Texas, but no, his family's from Georgia, Atlanta area, and mine is from upstate New York. It was really funny when I moved here, though, because everyone was like, oh, how's Texas? And I was like, well, I live in the suburbs now instead of on a farm. I had horses when I lived in New York, and I don't here.
That's
so everyone's
so weird.
like, where's your cowboy boots and your ranch? And you know how it is, but...
Yes. Very stereotypical.
I'm like, no, I live in a small town in the suburbs. It's
yeah.
But yeah, I love Texas. I love not having to deal with constant snowstorms, although this year was an exception.
It really was.
But yeah, it's been great. I really do miss my family. It's a long ways to fly home or whatnot, and we haven't obviously gotten to see each other as much as we usually would try to visit because of the pandemic. But ultimately, we have just made so many close friends and, you know, family. Like, we have our Texas family, we call them. So it's really like we're never alone.
Yeah. It's really awesome, too, that so much of your work is showcased online because they really can watch your process and they can still celebrate with you even if they're, you know, thousands of miles away. You know, that's really the beauty of social media.
Absolutely.
It has a lot of its own ills, but that's a beautiful thing that, you know, we really can stay connected, you know, when we're far apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. My mom saw one of my Facebook Lives, like, after I had recorded it. She stumbled upon the video. She's like, I don't go on Facebook very much, but I saw this video and I just watched the whole thing because I just wanted to see you. I was like,
so sweet. I love it.